Continuing with the Halachot of the Arba Parashiot. Yesterday we spoke about Parashat Shekalim. Today we'll try to touch upon the remaining three. The second of the four special Parashiot that we add at this time of year in the month of Adar, that's closest to Nisan, is Parashat Zachor. Parashat Zachor is, we'll speak more about this at length when the time comes, but very, very briefly, Zachor is Lezecher Ma'aseh Amalek, is to commemorate and remember what Amalek did to us in the Midbar. According to Shabbat Shlifnei Purim, and this parasha of Zachor is always read on the Shabbat that precedes Purim, that comes before Purim. Why? To make it juxtaposed, to put it adjacent to the story and what Haman did to us. That what we know Haman was from Zera Amalek. Haman was a descendant of Amalek. And what? Kedesh leakdim zachirat mechiyat Amalek latziyata. So that we first learn about the mitzvah to destroy Amalek before we read about the story of what Amalek did to our Jewish people in Purim. Therefore, we read it the Shabbat before. This is based on the Yerushalmi, Megillah Yerushalmi. As the pasuk says, "Vayamim ha'ele nizkarim v'na'asim," that these days should first be remembered and then you shall be done. That's the play on the words that the Yerushalmi learns out. The third parasha of the four special parashot is Parashat Parah or Parah Aduma. Parah Aduma. This parasha discusses in the Midbar when they had the mitzvah to slaughter the Parah Aduma, take its ashes, sprinkle its ashes on the Bnei Israel to make them tahor. The ashes were used to make the Jewish people that were tamei lamet into tahor, to be able to be eligible to bring the korbanot, bring the sacrifices before Pesach. We know Korban Pesach is the more important korban that would come up. So that's why we read this parasha. And the fourth parasha is Parashat HaChodesh. That this parasha, this unique maftir that we read, precedes Rosh Chodesh Nisan always, because that's where in the Torah, when the Torah commands us on making Kiddush HaChodesh and the idea of Rosh Chodesh, so it was talking about Nisan. So the Shabbat that precedes Nisan, we also read the Parashat HaChodesh to commemorate that as well. Now, very quickly, these four parashiot are not necessarily always in consecutive weeks. They're not in order. Chachamim instituted rules. You can see over there, we're not going to get into those rules now to save time. But the one rule that we have is that Parashat Parah Aduma or Parah and HaChodesh will always be back to back. So the HaChodesh preceded by Parah, those two Shabbatot will always be back to back with special maftirs. But when it comes to Shekalim and Zachor, there usually may be a break in between them, either 1 week or 2 weeks, depending on the rules that they establish. Like we have explained, Shekalim, we're reading it this week. Zachor is going to be the Shabbat before Purim, and there might be a gap in between those, but the last two are always going to be back to back. Have a wonderful day.